All right, as you guys can see, I graded everything. Did you guys all see that? Okay, good. Oh my God, hold on. All right, hopefully, I don't know why that works. All right. It's annoying. All right. Welcome back, everyone. All right. So, how many of you guys, let's talk real quick about question number 4. Let me pull up the question really quickly. Okay. Okay, how many of you thought it wasn't too difficult? Okay. How many of you thought it was difficult? All right, perfect. All right, so let's go over it. All right. Okay, so first things first. Open up. Come on. Why aren't you opening? All right, here we go. Okay. So if we take a look at this, let me open up my Eclipse as well. All right. Let me just make a new one. New class. All right, I'm gonna have some errors, obviously, guys, in mine. Okay, but just showing you guys. All right, so here we go. And here we go. All right, so let me know, give me a thumbs up if you can see both screens, if you can see my Eclipse and you can see my PDF. All right, so if we go down here, all right, so the analyze, so you always want to take a look again at what they give you in regards to the question, okay? Minimize that so I can, okay? So in this question, you would write 2 methods for a class route cipher that encrypts, puts a code, et cetera, et cetera. For example, the word surprise can be encrypted using a 2-row, 4-column array as follows, et cetera, et cetera. So surprise, all right? So we have, what are we given? Okay, we're given private string letter block, right? We're given private string letter block and private int num rows, all right? Okay, so anybody have any questions regarding that? Okay, So let's go to part A. Okay, write the method fill block that fills two-dimensional array letter block with one character strings from the string passed as parameter str. Okay, the array must be filled in row major order. Now, again, I've told you guys this numerous times before. Okay, what row major order is. Okay, from left to right, the second row, etc. If the length of the parameter str is smaller than the number of elements of the array, the string A is placed in the unfilled cells. If this length of str is larger, then the trailing characters can be ignored. So you guys understand that, right? Okay, so basically what this is this is very similar to the homework that you had, correct? Correct, yes or no? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so basically what this is doing now is basically you're just saying this, okay? So the first thing that you need, okay, so you need, now as I told you, okay, you need a letter counter. So int letters equals, okay, in this case, I'm just going to say 0, right? And again, the letter counters, if you guys remember, and again, I don't care, like, you know, one of the things I really don't care about is that, what's it called? If if I'm going over this more times than I need to, that's fine. I prefer you know it than not know it, okay? So then what I do is I have my 2D array for int r equals 0. R is less than, and in this case, what is R going to be less than?
The number of rows.
Number of rows, very good, okay? Now, can I use num rows? What else could I use?
You can use
So I could do this. So now as you take a look, I'm given num rows and num collars set by the instructor. So Kennedy Quant in the last class, she asked this question via homework, okay? She said, is it safe to assume that num rows and num columns are being used in the constructor to initialize the array? Yes, you can. So what does that mean? That means that I'm allowed to say letter block dot length. Okay. And then r plus plus. So either way is correct. Okay. I can either do letter block dot length, or I'm given num rows, I can do num rows. Either one is fine. Okay. Then I say for int c equals 0. C is less than letter block index 0 dot length c plus plus. Okay. Then if letters is less than, and what is the name of our parameter that got passed? str dot length. Okay. So if letters is less than str dot length, letter block r c equals, and we would have to say str dot substring letters to letters plus 1. Okay. Then I would say else. Sorry, maximize it. Else letter block r c equals a. Okay. Now that was okay. Quick question. Do I need to return anything? Yes or no? Am I missing one last thing? I'm missing something. Somebody point it out. Come on.
You need to increment letters.
Bingo. Very good. Okay. And where am I going to increment letters?
In if else, in the if statement.
Okay. Couldn't you do it in the if statement? Yeah, that's fine. Boom. That was it. Not that difficult. Okay. Now let me pull up the scoring guide. Okay. So believe it or not, so how many of you got this perfectly? And remember, I told you comment the hell out of this. Okay. How many of you got it perfectly? Raise your hand. Euban, did you miss something?
I didn't use a counter.
Oh, you kind of needed to.
I did the same thing with the other one where I used the indices
You use the indices?
of the rows and columns.
Show me. Do you have it available?
I did that too.
Yeah.
Show me real quick. Okay. Let me see real quick.
So like the index.
Okay,
Which
so Euban, okay.
Mhm.
You didn't put this top portion 6 through 9 in your answer, did you? Or did you just put it there as a test?
Wait, what 6 through 9?
You see your codes line 6 through 9?
Because no, I didn't, because that's just like I was just testing
Okay,
it.
good. Just want to
Yeah.
make sure. So guys, I know some of you would. So Euban, I'm glad actually you did this. If you guys did this, something like this, you reinitialized it, you would get major penalties. Okay, we only want this. Okay, that's fine. Num row, num call, int index equals num row call times r plus c. I don't know why you did it this way.
Because you don't really need the counter variable.
Technically, you are making something similar to it.
But like I can substitute this whole thing.
You can put it this way. It's not necessarily, I would not consider it a counter variable. It's more, so counter variable in this sense, Euban and Alex, right? You did the same way. Wouldn't necessarily say that it's considered a counter variable per se, but I would say more that it's considered like a tracker, like an index tracker, starting at index 0. Because I don't know, it just seems so, it just seems so like Gary Woo-ish. You know what I mean? Just discombobulated and unorganized. Sorry, Gary, I forgot you were on the call. Sorry. I see what you did. Interesting way of doing it. Okay. Nothing wrong with it. It just seems a little bit more like overkill, I guess is the best way to say it. Yeah, a little overkill. All right. I feel like you're flirting. Well, here's the thing. The reason why is because I feel like Euban and Alex, what you guys are doing is you're like flirting with danger. Let's say you mistakenly put that in the outer for loop. Okay, then you're instantly going to get an error because you haven't initialized the CE yet. So I don't know. It just seems like it's a little bit, you're playing with fire a little bit. Okay, but overall, it's still correct. Okay, did anybody else do it a different way? Or did everybody else pretty much do it the same way I did it? Okay, how many of you felt the homework that we did a couple of days ago prepped you for this one? Okay, very good. All right. So what I want you guys to do in class today, okay, is I want to go over part B. Okay, part B isn't too difficult, okay, but it's a little bit, it's different, okay? Now, the reason I like this question, specifically in part B, is because in part B, well, I'm going to see if you guys can figure it out, okay? What I want you guys to do right now, okay, I want you guys to read part B, okay? And then what I want you guys to do, read part B, just read it. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to read it, okay? See what you can come up with. And all I want you to do, don't code it yet. So just chill, hands off your screen, just chill, relax, and tell me what you want, what it wants to do. And then we'll talk it out together as a class, almost pseudo coding it, and then I'll let you guys go, okay? So 2 minutes. Hey Siri, set timer for 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes and counting.
Which exam is it so I can look it up?
What's that?
Which exam is it so I can look it up?
2011. So if you did the homework last night, I attached this PDF to the homework. Question 4, part B. All right, who can tell me what we're doing here? Okay. So first thing that we're doing, guys, okay? So write the method encrypt message encrypts its string parameter message. So you're encrypting a string, okay? The method builds an encrypted version of message by repeatedly calling fill block with consecutive non-overlapping substrings of message and concatenating the results returned by a call to encrypt block. Okay, that is very, very important, that sentence right there. Repeatedly calling fill block, which means, okay, I will need to go up and take a look at fill block. Okay, I'm going to need to use this with a string. Okay, this now, what does this do? Okay, places a string into letter box in row major order. Okay, so, and we're doing this one letter at a time. Okay, remember that fill block is going in one letter at a time. We're encrypting it. Okay, then we're concatenating it. Okay, we're using it encrypt block. Okay, what does encrypt block do? Okay, so encrypt block, it's just a private string implementation not shown, no parameters. So all you have to do is call it. So I know at least in this right off the bat, I know that I'm going to have to use at least those two methods. Okay. All right. So when all of message has been processed, a concatenated string is returned. Okay. Now you're creating a new string that you are returning, which means you're going to have to create a new string, setting it to null. Okay. All right. So in this example, the method, the following example shows the process carried out if letter block has 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay. So what is that smell? I'm sorry, guys. I do smell smoke. I smell smoke, and my fire alarm is going off, as you guys can probably hear in the background, right? It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. All right. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, so this is going to be your homework. I'm getting a little freaked out here, okay? But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put you guys into groups, okay? So, all right, I'm going to put you guys into breakout rooms. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to write this out. So get a pen and paper out, okay? I want you to practice. This is just classwork, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so one of the groups is gonna have 3. But again, I want you guys to talk this out, okay? You're only gonna be in this group for about 10 minutes. Get some paper. I'm not expecting, okay? I wanna see, obviously, we're gonna have different minds. We're gonna have different ideas. I'm gonna pair some of you who are not as strong with stronger people, okay? Oops. Hold on 1 second. Let me create 2, 4, 6. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's do 4 rooms. Ah, come on. All right. First room is going to be Dylan. I want you working with Uma, okay? And I really want you guys talking it out. Uma, Dylan's a strong student. Definitely be able to go through it with him as well, okay? So I'm going to assign you guys right now. Let's see. I'm going to assign Will and Eon. I'm going to put you with Gary, okay? All right. Will, Eon, Eon, you have your strengths, and Will, you're coming along. You definitely seem like you've got a good, solid kind of grasp of what 2Ds are. But Gary really has this down. So Gary, I expect you to kind of lead this group, okay? We're gonna put Henry. You're gonna have to work with your partner, okay? So I'm gonna have Henry go with Alex. You both are kind of strong, but Henry, I didn't like your last quiz results. You can do better than that, okay?
Okay.
So work as a group. I'm gonna put Lance with Thanos. No, Logan won't talk. We'll go Logan with Thanos and Lance with Euban, because that way I'll know at least that somebody will talk in those groups. All right, okay. So Logan, Thanos, you guys are about medium range right now, okay? And Lance, you're pretty strong, and you've been strong as well. So you guys, I want you guys writing this down, work together. I'm going to be coming through. Guys, the last thing I want to hear is silence, okay? Now, I'm not expecting to be, okay, everybody do this. That wouldn't even happen if we were all together. You're going to have to take a second to analyze the question. Don't be phony about it. But I do want you to work together, okay? Especially for those of you that are struggling a little bit, this is the opportunity to ask your peers. Understood? Okay, go to your rooms, guys. You have 10 minutes. Hey, Siri, set timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't see anything. How do we do, Uma and Dylan?
Dylan walked me through it a lot, which was really helpful because I didn't really understand at first. But we like pseudocoded about like 8 lines of code, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, you got to determine how many rows and columns, and based on that, that's how you're going to decide what your block is. As long as it doesn't exceed the length of the message. Okay, you still have to do that. Simple for loop. You do a for loop or a while loop with this one. But you know me, I'm not a big for loop person. I'm a while loop person. Actually, I'm everyone's type. So, all right. Okay. So you're going to finish this for homework. Okay. But, okay. I'd like, actually, you know what? How am I going to do this? This is the tough part. I normally in a setting like this, I would have you guys go up to the board and write your answers down together. What's a creative situation I could do that? It eliminates that. Okay. More than likely, I'm going to have you guys submit this code for part B, and we'll go over this. Now, in terms of an exam, you are going to have an exam just on 2D arrays next Wednesday. It's literally going to be your first test. It will be 5 multiple choice questions. It'll be 5 multiple choice questions and 1 short response, okay? Next Wednesday. Let me confirm, make sure that that's okay. Actually, you know what? Tuesday. We're gonna do the test Tuesday, okay? It's just 1 subject, and giving you guys a heads up. As you guys know, I usually try to put everything in there. But for right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep it. It's only gonna be focused on 2D arrays, okay? Almost like math. You know how math, they just teach you, okay, the test is on 1 unit. Palabras, or shit like that, you guys know, okay? All right, this one is just going to be, what's it called? It's just going to be on 2D arrays. We're going to go old school, do it the math way. Anybody have any questions with that? Okay, so it's going to be Tuesday, all right? You can leave, I can tell you right now, you're only going to get about 30 minutes for this exam. So if you're done, you can leave early, okay? All right, we will review Monday. I will have a review session Monday night, and then we will go, and then you will exam Tuesday. Understood? All right, I know I'm a dick for giving you a test the second week, but you guys also know me. I don't care. So, all right, that being said, have a great weekend, guys. Go to the club, get buzzed, do whatever you do. All right, take care.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Dylan, I met your mom.
I know.